Welcome back to the AI Driven Marketer. I'm Dan Sanchez. My friends call me Danchez. And today is the first episode of 2026. And it's been a few weeks since I've posted anything to this podcast or YouTube channel because I kind of needed a break. And today I want to talk about some of the things I've been reflecting on during that break, to think about the past because the show's 2 years old now, and the future of what's coming with AI, what's coming with for marketing, and what it all means for us. Because as you all know, I started this show as just a personal a journey, a quest to figure out what it means to master this thing called AI in marketing. When I first started, there was only like a half dozen podcasts out there and a few YouTube channels, but very few of them were dedicated to just AI in marketing. And I'm a marketer. I like to grow businesses, my own or as employers at times. And I wanted to figure out what this was going to mean for everybody. I wanted to find out what was working, what wasn't working, and figure out what news was actually helpful. And that became this show. And it worked. It grew. Other people thought it was interesting enough that 6,000 of you now subscribe to the show across all the different podcast platforms and YouTube. It seems like most of you are split out between either Apple, Spotify, or YouTube. So you're either watching or listening. And this show gets about 20,000 downloads a month. Every episode probably averages, 1,000 to 2,000 downloads, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little yet less. You know how it goes. And we've had an awesome time discovering all kinds of things together, right? Like we've broken news. I guess we don't break news. We really just contextualize AI news for marketing and what it means. I've shared tons of different things that I've learned, little experiments that I've shared, even failed experiments that I've shared, and it's been an awesome journey. 2 years have gone by. I love what marketing's becoming. I love what we can do with AI, and it just keeps getting better and better. But I had to take a step back over the last couple of weeks because, as you noticed from the last few episodes I published, I started talking about the growing problem. I think AI is getting good at a certain rate now, and it's alarming how fast and how good it's getting, and how capable, and how they seem to overcome every barrier that comes against AI, to the point where I'm pretty convinced now that it's probably going to be detrimental to marketing or to marketers. It'll be great for marketing, hard for us who have marketing jobs, right? Or consultants or freelancers or working in-house agencies, all these things. I think it's going to be impacted. So I don't think there will be more marketing jobs. I think there might be less. But I'm still hopeful and I'm still optimistic because as I look at these tools and I see what I can do now because as a result of AI, I only get more excited about the opportunity, about being creative with these things, about being able to do the best marketing of my life at a faster rate and a deeper rate and a much more, like the content's just so much better. As a result of what I can do with AI now that I can never do before. So that also just gets me so excited about the future. So it's like we're living in a tension right now of like this possible job loss reality. It's becoming more and more apparent that there's going to be something. It's not just going to be marketing. It'll be a lot of white collar work in general. Of course, there's safer industries, there's less safe industries, there's safe marketing jobs, there's less safe marketing jobs. In the last couple episodes, I talked about what I think the future jobs of marketing will be. So you can go check out that episode. I'll link to it in the show description. But I'm not going to cover that here. What I wanted to talk about now is the bet that I'm making on AI and marketing over the next 5 years. Because the next 5 years is going to have a lot of tension in it. It's going to be the best of times and the worst of times from and it'll take a couple of years. It'll take 3-5 years for this to see its way through and for a new normal to be set. But I wanted to talk about the main thing, and I think the big topic that is going to be probably the main conversation piece across all of us. And I don't even see this on LinkedIn right now, but I think this will be the main thing we see on LinkedIn in a couple of years, is this word called trust. Now, marketers have been talking about trust for a long time. We know that without trust, people don't buy. They have to believe what you're saying in order for them to buy. It's why we have all the credibility indicators and the testimonials and the endorsements. It's why we even have graphic design to a large degree to look quote unquote professional so that people believe that we're actually legit. But as AI comes and makes it easy for anybody, including the worst of us, the scammers, the people actually trying to harm people, are going to look more and more legit all the time. All the credibility indicators will be easier to fake than ever. There'll be influencers out there making video after video, and it'll look like real people. So who do we trust? Trust is going to be the key thing that we are fighting for or striving for and trying to build. So that's going to be a big topic moving forward with this podcast, to the point where I've created a mission statement, something that I want to champion and be known for with this particular show going forward. And that is make marketing more honest, helpful, and human with AI. And it almost seems like a contradiction. Like, how do you become more human with AI? But that's the thing that I was excited about. The optimism that I have is that with these tools, I could do more human work, not only set aside time for the relationship building and the things that only humans can do, but also be more creative and more prolific, because I can create content faster and repurpose things that are truly my thoughts and ideas and just recrafted for different mediums faster. And that's what good tech has always enabled us to do. But in this show moving forward, this mission, I guess, is almost the promise that I have crafted and am now setting forward to create this year in 2026, is to help you become more honest, more helpful, and more human, but with AI. We're still the AI-driven marketer, but we want to use AI to bring out the best parts of us, the most honest parts of us, and the most helpful parts of us. That's always been at the core, like the roots of my values, is to be helpful, is to be humble, and to be optimistic. And so we want to lean into that with this show with Ken and with Travis, my brother, the co-host that we'll be doing the show with tomorrow, is to lead into those values and to help you walk in them too. So if you continue to listen to the show, just know that everything I'll be producing will try to push towards that mission. And here are 3 things that you can expect to hear more from me about in this marketing show. One is that we're still going to be covering very practical, step-by-step guides, practical experiments that I'm running, the good, the bad, the ugly, things that you need to know as marketers in order to do better with AI. Because I think that's a big component that we still need to master. We can't ignore AI. We really need to lean into it, learn how to use it to the best of its abilities. So that's one. That's what most people love about the show, is the practical use cases, and we're going to continue doing that. The next one is we're going to be leaning in a little bit more, as you could probably tell from the last few months, into some of the soft skills around AI, or the human part, the part that AI can't actually duplicate, yet can come alongside and amplify. These are things like your values, like your personal brand, like stories. How can AI assist in helping you pull those things that are uniquely yours out into the world to advance your business or your cause or whatever you're marketing? How do we do that in the most human way possible? We're going to be talking a lot about that this year. In fact, Ken and I just finished publishing the book that becomes the foundation for a lot of that content. If you want to check it out, it literally just hit Amazon yesterday. It is at ownthe.show. Yes, it's one of those creative domain hack websites because all the good domains were taken. So it's ownthe.show. We got creative with it. So go check it out. The book is available on the website for free. You can read it all on the website. And if you subscribe to our newsletter, you can get the PDF and the audio book as well. We're going to be seeing a lot more tutorials on how we created the whole book and all that kind of stuff coming up on the show really soon. But still, number one, more practical advice on AI marketing, and some of them about how we made a whole book with AI. 2, the soft skills around AI, or the part that AI can't fake. And number 3, vibe coding. Yeah. We're going to be talking a lot about vibe coding this next year, because it's finally hit a level where it's accessible to marketers to do, even if you don't know anything about code. It's a little bit harder right now, but those who lean into it early will have a massive advantage over those where it becomes really, really easy later on. I think vibe coding is even not a great way to put it, because we're not coding, we're building, really. And a lot of the things we do is online, it's digital. A lot of the things we build aren't just designs and videos and copy, it's built with code. And nowadays, you don't have to know how to code in order to build things. And this is going to be really important. I think things like using a vibe coding tool is even going to replace a lot of our automation tools, our in-between tools, our Zapier tools, even our website builder tools. I've been a long time fan of WordPress, and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be building WordPress sites anymore. I think I'm just going to vibe code them all and build them specifically the way I need them or the way my clients need them or whatever I need. I could just ask AI to build it, and there it is. Of course, it's not that simple. There's still a lot to learn with all these things, and it'll get better over time. But we're going to be talking a lot about that on the show, how to start leveraging these vibe coding apps in order to build things we had no business building before as marketers. That's exciting. So those are 3 things. Again, the practical systems and steps everybody loves about this show, the soft skills of AI that can never be stolen by AI, but amplify the great parts that make us truly human. And thirdly, vibe coding, so we can begin building better as marketers. So thank you for joining me this last year or 2 years, however long you've been subscribed. And I'm looking forward to learning and mastering this thing called AI and marketing in 2026.